Hello students and welcome back to the science class. So we were discussing about the separation of substances, and in our previous class we have discussed how to separate the solids from the solids. There we discussed the four methods. These were handpicking, threshing, winnowing and the sieving. These were the four methods that we were using to separate the solids from the solids. Now moving on to the another category, we are having another category to separate the solids from the liquids. In that, we will study two categories: to separate the insoluble solids from the liquids and to separate the soluble solids from the liquids. The first one is having three methods: sedimentation, decantation and the filtration. And the second one is having the evaporation and condensation. Now, since the first category involving sedimentation, decantation and filtration, these three methods are kind of linked to each other. So, let me just give you a quick overview how these are linked to each other. We will understand these three processes with the help of an activity. So, here we are having the three processes. To have a look upon it, what you have to do? You simply have to take a beaker and add some clean water to it. Then you have to add some sand or some mud to it and mix it up by stirring. After some time you will observe that the mud will settle down at the bottom and the water will come up. Now how can we separate them? We can separate them by simply tilting the beaker into some another beaker and collect the top water in some other beaker. Then we will have two beakers. In one we are having the water separated and in the other beaker we are having the sand. But still in the beaker that is containing the water, that is not pure. Still it is having some fine particles, some small impurities of the sand mixed in it. So how can we separate them? We can separate them by the method of filtration. For that we require a filter paper. So let's perform an activity to understand this. But before that, let me show you the live sedimentation, decantation and filtration pictures. This is the sedimentation, where the sand is settled at the bottom and the water is at the top, but that is not that pure. Now this is the decantation process, where the top water is collected into some other beaker. And then we are having the third, which is filtration, where the water that is contained in the second beaker, that is filtered with the help of a filter paper. The fine particles that will remain on the filter paper and we will get pure water in the beaker or the conical flask that is placed below the funnel. Let's move to the activity, and here what we have to do is we simply have to take some clear water in a beaker and add some amount of mud to it. And then we have to mix it well by stirring. After some time the color of the water will change. It will change to brown. Now keep it undisturbed for some time. And what will you observe? The insoluble particles of the sand or the mud that will settle down at the bottom. These are called sediments. And we are having all the particles of the sand settled at the bottom, and above we are having the clear water that we can separate it out. And this process is called sedimentation. Now we can simply collect the clear water that is above by tilting the beaker into some other beaker, and then we will be having two beakers. One is containing the sand which was settled at the bottom, and the other will have the clear water that was at the top of the sand. And this process is called decantation. But still, the second beaker that is containing the clear water that we have collected by the process of decantation, it is having some fine particles of the sand still dissolved in it. How we can separate them out? We can separate them by the method of filtration. And in filtration, the water containing the insoluble substances are poured into a funnel having a cone of filter paper. The cone of filter paper is kept in the funnel. What will happen? The insoluble substances that will get caught in the filter paper. The filter paper is having very tiny openings in it, so that even the smallest particles of any impurity in water that cannot pass through it. So what will happen? The very fine particles of the sand that will get trapped into the filter paper, and we will have the clear water or the pure water collected in the beaker that is kept below the funnel. And the clear water which is collected in the beaker that is kept below the funnel, it is called filtrate. So these were the three methods: sedimentation, decantation and filtration. Now let's study the definitions of these three. So sedimentation is a process in which the heavier particles of an insoluble solid in a liquid settle down, and the solid particles are called sediments that are settling down during the process of sedimentation. Then the decantation, it is the process of pouring out the liquid or water which is containing the dust or the soil particles without disturbing the sediments. And then comes the filtration, which is the process by which two substances, an insoluble solid and a liquid, these are separated by using a filter. This is the filtration method. Now, it is a commonly used method in our homes. You must have seen your mom, after preparing tea, she separates the tea leaves from the tea by using a strainer, which is a wire mesh held in a frame. The strainer, in fact, acts as a filter here. Now, the question comes, can we separate the tea leaves by the method of decantation? Yes, to some extent, but some tea leaves are quite small. They will still come in the cup. Thus, for this, the filtration is a better method for the separation than decantation. Let's understand it with the help of another activity. So here we are having freshly prepared tea. We simply decant it. What we will observe? That the decanted tea is having tea leaves that are settled at the bottom, but they are not separated out. So we come to the conclusion that we cannot separate all the mixtures by the process of decantation. For these kind of separation, we need filtration. So to filter it out, what we will do? We simply use the strainer for the filtration process. And what we will see? We'll see that the tea leaves, being somewhat bigger in size, they will struck to the strainer. We will see that the tea leaves, they will not pass through the strainer because they are having somewhat bigger size. But the liquid, that will simply pass through the strainer, and we will get the tea in the pure form without any tea leaf. So during filtration, what happens is the insoluble solid particles are retained in the filter, and the liquid that simply passes through it. So all in all, we come to the conclusion that to separate a mixture of mud and water, the techniques of sedimentation and decantation can be used. But when we have to separate the components of the muddy water, when we want a fine separation, we have to separate all the components of the muddy water, then the filtration is a better method to separate all the components. Then we come to the third category, that is separation of the soluble solids from the liquids. So to understand the soluble solids, let's take the case of salt mixed in water. If we mix the salt in the water, that will completely dissolve in the water. So that is an example of a soluble solid in the liquid. The salt is a soluble solid that when dissolved in the water becomes completely dissolved in it. So if we want to separate these kinds of mixtures, when we have to separate the salt from the water, which method we can use? We can simply remove the water by the method of boiling, and we will be left with the solid part only. So the process of converting a liquid into its vapor form is called evaporation, and in this process heating is used. And as a result of heating, the liquid component evaporates, leaving the solid component behind. However, if we want to recover the liquid component, then what we will do? We will simply reciprocate the process. That is the process of condensation, where we get the water that is evaporated back to us. It is a quite interesting fact that evaporation is the method which is used to obtain salt. How the salt is obtained? It is actually obtained by the method of evaporation. The seawater that is containing a huge amount of salt dissolved in it. So how can we get salt from the seawater? The seawater is allowed to stand in shallow ponds or pits. The water, due to the sunlight, gets heated and slowly turns into vapor. And water will simply evaporate and we are left with the salt behind. But we do not consume it as it is. Firstly, it is purified, and then after purification we consume it. Then comes the last method, that is the method of condensation. This is the process of conversion of the water vapors into its liquid form. So what is condensation? It is the process of conversion of water vapors into its liquid form. So condensation always occurs after the evaporation. To understand the process of condensation, what you have to do is you simply boil some milk in a vessel and cover it with a plate. Your mother always do this kind of thing. Boil some milk in a vessel and cover it with the plate. And after a few minutes, remove the plate. What you will observe is, you will observe some water drops under the plate that we used to cover the boiled milk. The water vapors, they have condensed into its liquid form. That is, the water drops. And we get the evaporated water in the form of liquid again. This process explains the condensation. These were some methods to separate the substances. Now imagine of a case where we are having a mixture of different compounds, different components. Say a mixture of sand, salt and water. Now how will you separate these? We are very well aware of the fact that sand and water, these can be separated by sedimentation followed by decantation, or to have the fine separation we can use the method of filtration also. But after the process of filtration we will get the pure water, but still the soluble solid, that is salt, it is still dissolved in the water. So how will we separate them? We can separate the salt and the water by the process of evaporation and then condensation. So we can get salt by the method of evaporation, where the water will evaporate, and if we want water back we can use the condensation method to get the water back to us. So with this I end up the chapter, and in the next session we will be starting with our new chapter. So till then, take care, stay safe, stay healthy and goodbye.